Hello and welcome to another tutorial in the BirdDog MAKI Studio series. I'm CJ Farrell. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how you can utilize picture-in-picture to enhance your production. So let's go and hop over and show you guys what you can do with this. So if I flip over to my screen, I got a main camera, I got a Maki Live shooting over my shoulder, and then I have a video player in vMix, and then actually a screen capture showing a PowerPoint just on my computer that's on the network. So let's go ahead and do a couple different picture-in-picture options and show you guys some of the options you have. So if I click on the left column here and go to picture-in-picture, you'll see this blank page. I'm going to press the plus icon, and then you'll be greeted by a bunch of templates you can use. Now, some of them are better for just two people on camera, some are better for content, and the one I'm going to use first is to do a PowerPoint and then a presenter, and we'll do both of those at the same time with picture-in-picture. So first I will click on this one right here. I chose this one because on the left you'll see that that is a 16:9 crop, and so that's what I want it to be when I'm showing my PowerPoint. Now if I press and hold on this, you will go to edit, and this is where we choose what goes into those boxes. So on the first one, if you just click between the two, that's how you choose what you want to go into the box. And then up here you'll see this little kind of portrait icon. That's what you're going to choose to select to edit what's in the box. So if I click on that, it's going to say camera, and then I want that to be my PowerPoint, which is going to be camera 4. And then you click that and then back. And then on cam 1, which defaults to cam 1, we can just double check. I want camera 1, which is what I'm looking at. So that's all good. And then if I hit back and then click, now I have my PowerPoint and myself presenting. So if I were to be on my computer, I could go to my next slide. I could click through, and it's really easy to do a presentation, have someone control the PowerPoint, or the speaker can control the PowerPoint and do kind of all on its own while you are switching the show. Some of the other things, you can also change what's the background. So in order to do that, we just press and hold. Actually, sorry, not press and hold. If we press on the little screen right here, you will see that I have my full screen background, and then I also have the Ken Burns effect, which is just if you want some movement. So if you do click on that, you can actually program how it's going to move. If you have a static background, you can actually do a bunch of crazy programming if you want it to move in a specific way, or you can just leave it at random and have it to where it'll just do kind of a generic scroll by. So what I want to do for this is you can do a video if you want in the back, but I want to just do a kind of a static bird dog background. So if I'm going to click this, and you'll be greeted by some of these options. Now you could click on this, change the background. That doesn't look amazing. You can go through different videos. These will play once it's live. You can kind of see the preview there. So if I were to go back into this and take it live, you'll see that now there's actually movement on that. So if you want to have a video in the background, you can do that as well. What I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to go ahead and actually want to add some backgrounds that I have on a USB drive. And Maki Studio makes it really easy to just bring that in. So if I have my USB hub right here and I plug in my USB drive, we can actually bring in some of the videos and some of the stills that I have and bring them right into Studio. So I'll show you guys how you can do that. Notice if I hit the plus icon, it's going to look for what's on my device. But first I need to take it from files and put it onto the iPad. So if I go ahead and minimize this and go into my Files app, you'll see I have my USB disk. And all we have to do to make this work is we press on what I want to bring in. So here's a generic motion background. And then I'm going to hit export and then save video. And then let's go ahead and do some background. So this is just a kind of generic background. Once again, export and save. And then we'll go to, let's see, that other one that I had. So if I just go back to files and click that, we will save this one as well. There we go. And now that I have those saved, that's all I need to do. And then if I go back into Maki Studio, if I press plus, I will now see them into my photos library. So if I click on that video, now it brings in as a video, and then I can also bring in the background image. So if I click on that, now I have a nice movement background that's more color theme appropriate here with the bird dog green. You can also do, like I said, the stills if you want. So it's kind of up to you and if you want motion or just a static image. Now you'll also notice that if I click back here and I have the Ken Burns effect going, let's see. There's a very slight movement if you see, it's going very slowly, and it's just a very nice kind of subtle way to add movement into it. Now you can also disable that, like I said, if you want. You can just turn that off, and then you'll see that the image stops moving. So it's really cool to how you can use either stills or videos. Now, whatever picture-in-picture you do, this will carry over, so you can only choose, unfortunately, one thing at a time. So make sure for whatever your stream or presentation is, that background picture-in-picture is the same. So usually people will utilize stills or something with very subtle movement that they can carry across for different scenes that they're doing. So let's do another one where I have, let's say, let's do a video player. So if I wanted to change this to just do videos, I can actually just hit duplicate here. And then if I press and hold on that second one and press edit, I can actually just change this camera, and I'm gonna choose input 3, which was my video player. So now if I go back here and I click, I now have 2 different picture-in-pictures that I can go back and forth between, and it's that easy with the duplicate feature. And then the last one that I'm gonna do is just 2 cameras. So let's say I got my content going and I wanna do maybe just 2 people talking, like in a podcast or something like that. If I do this one and then click, so I have my one already set up, and then I need to add in that second camera. So if I press and hold and then click edit, I just need to add in this guy, which I'm gonna add my over-the-shoulder camera here as camera 2. And then we click back, and that's all we have to do. Now I have 2 cameras going. So it's really easy to add different picture-in-pictures for different scenarios. Now what's great is, as you're doing this, you can also favorite these to bring these into your production. So if I wanted to have, let's say, these 2 with the video and the PowerPoint, and if I go back to my favorites tab, now I have these as inputs 5 and 6 are my picture-in-pictures. So if I have, let's say, 1 in program, and let's do 2 in preview. If I wanted to bring my picture-in-picture with my PowerPoint, I'm just going to hit number 6. And now I can actually switch between the 2 on 5 and 6. And it makes it really easy to do a high quality production with a lot of advanced feature set. So you can just tie these in. I can switch between 1, 2, 3 for full PowerPoint, 4 for video, or picture-in-picture. So it's really nice to be able to do this. We'll also have more transition videos in the future to show you how you can go between them as well, but this is the basic way to set them up. The last thing we'll talk about is some of the manipulation you can do for this as well. So if I press, let's see, let's go back to my favorites. Let's just do the video, it's fine. I'm gonna show you if I click on this one and click edit. You can also choose what size they are. So if I wanted it to be bigger, you could actually just pinch and then manipulate. So if I wanted that video to be bigger for some reason, and then click on it, now I have the video that's even bigger going over. And then obviously with my main camera myself, I could click on that and I could shrink myself down and maybe just put it in the bottom right. And then instantly, I now have a resized picture-in-picture. It's super easy to configure with that. You can also change the borders. You can remove them, or you can change the colors. So if I click on edit again, you'll notice I have right here, this is the color of the border. So if I wanted to do more of a green color, I could do that. And then if I slide up and down, that will change the thickness of the border. So if I were to go all the way down to 0, you can basically remove it if you want, or I can go up. And then this one is kind of the opacity or the blend effect. So if I wanted to be a little bit smeared, I can do that like so. So it's really easy to customize that, how it works. You can also add a drop shadow if you want. So this will be just for if you want a shadow at the bottom. If I go to another one, you can actually see there's the drop shadow at the bottom, off and back off. And then the last thing you can do is also adjust the effect here. If I slide that down or up and then double tap to reset, if you want to do something funky, you can actually get kind of some 3D effects going with different taper effects. So those are the basic ways that you can control. And like I said, as long as you just pinch, zoom, slide around, whatever you want, that's how you can manipulate your picture-in-pictures to get them how you want, and then click, and there you go. I'm floating now in the PowerPoint. And it's really awesome to just be able to control with the power of NDI, different PowerPoints, even play like a video in the background if I wanted. This is just built into the PowerPoint. So really powerful flexibility with the NDI workflow. And that's one of the best things I think about Maki Studio. So that's pretty much the summary of what I wanted to show you guys in the picture-in-picture tutorial. So hope you guys found that helpful. And for more information, just visit birddog.tv and we will have more Maki Training Studio videos coming up week by week. And hope you guys enjoy the series.